The Tier 2 just got a brand new conversion kit that takes it from a semi-automatic marksman rifle to a fully automatic marksman rifle. But what happens when we take it into zombies? Will it take this middle-of-the-road marksman rifle to above average? Or will it be in competition for one of the worst guns in the game? Well, let's find out. I know, we're back. We're back on Terminus, but in my defense, it's been a little while since we've actually played Terminus. I feel like I've been doing better, doing some Citadel runs, some Shattered Veil runs, so I think I've earned a little game of Terminus. And I am really excited for this video because we are using this class with the TR2 SMG conversion kit. This was, I think it was the first thing I unlocked in this event with the frenzied guard kills. The TR2 recently got a buff and now it's not too bad, like it's pretty average. It was really bad before, but now I would say it's usable. So I have high expectations for this SMG conversion kit, although I have heard some bad things about it so far, so my expectations aren't too high. I know we were most recently somewhat disappointed. I mean, everybody was disappointed with the SVD conversion kit, and the only reason I liked it was for the novelty. And if this gun isn't good, it's not very novel, so I don't know if this TR2 can be salvageable if this conversion kit isn't good. I did throw on this sight because it was the cleanest sight picture, but it like really zooms in. So I'm not the biggest fan of it. And even when you tack stance, it zooms in really fast. Or really far too. It's also really fast, but it's also really far, which is not what I normally like to do. And while we're on the subject of conversion kits and zombie-specific attachments, I know the Black Ops 6, and this might be just me because I'm actually looking into the attachments this year, but it seems as though the attachments and conversion kits of Black Ops 6 have been fairly decent. I know in terms of special pack-a-punch effects, the guns of Black Ops 6 have been doing an amazing job. I think they might be the best we've ever seen in a Treyarch game, and I know people might be a little thrown off by that because Black Ops 1 in their head holds this high standard of pack-a-punch weapons, but after listing them out, at least from the things that I know and have heard of and other people have told me, it does seem like Black Ops 6 has more special pack-a-punch effects than Black Ops 1, which is really cool. Now, World War II is on a different thing, and we'll talk about that in a different video, I'm sure, but I have always thought ever since Cold War was released, it would be like we have such a great opportunity to create a zombie-specific attributes for these attachments. Now, we have some of them, like the CHF barrel dealing an increase in headshot damage, obviously. Oh my goodness, don't destroy it. No, don't do it. Okay, they're fine, we got it. And then the suppressor getting you more salvage, but I think we can go crazier than that. And I think we can have fun with the trade-offs too. For example, if we had an attachment that increased our damage to special and elite enemies, but then reduced the damage to the regular zombies, that would be pretty interesting. Or we have the CHF barrel, which gives us a little bit more headshot damage, but what if we had another type of barrel that got us even more headshot damage at the cost of body shot damage? So you had this balance of, hey, we're gonna like give you crazy critical damage, but you better hit your shots because if you don't, you're not going to be dealing any damage. I don't know. And then we could have some other attachment that gives you bonus points for critical kills, but then reduces your points for non-critical kills. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The rumors are true. This is a 3-round burst after you pack-a-punch it. As disappointing as that is, it does seem as though the burst is faster than the default TR2, which is better than nothing, I guess, but that is just disappointing. At least I think, at least in principle. I don't know. I just tested it out because I knew this was a thing that could happen. I don't know if it was a glitch or not, but I tested out the TR2 base version right before this game, and it does seem as though this burst fire is faster. So I guess it's still an upgrade, and we're dealing 552 damage. We're gonna need to compare this damage and rate of fire to the regular TR2. I'm gonna reserve my judgment. I'm gonna give it a fair shot, even though it doesn't retain that full auto effect, it still might be good because you remember what we were saying about the regular TR2. We were like, you know what, the rate of fire needs to be faster, the burst delay needs to be better, and that's kind of exactly what this is. So maybe that's what they were going for here. SAM trial done. Let's see. Ooh, Mangler cannon. All right, and 500 damage. I don't know. I think that's less damage than the base version of the TR2. I think the TR2 was dealing like 600 damage, but again, with the faster rate of fire, that might balance out because this is a pretty fast burst. Can you hear the hope? Can you hear the hope in my voice? Because it's there. But now let's do some math. Oh boy, okay, man, it's been a while since I got that one wrong. I'm pretty proud of myself for usually getting that math step right. And we're ready to go already. This has been a fast game so far. Oh, but I can't deny, like, it's the SAM trial, you know? It's like it was following me. And if you don't know by now, yes, Speed Cola, let's go. They actually silently buffed or fixed, whatever you want to say, these SAM trials. They are now very much worth doing. They give you more points than it takes to complete them if you get a legendary reward. They're definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite, thing that Black Ops 6 has introduced. Nah, no, perk augments are definitely my favorite thing Black Ops 6 has done. Now, apart from this TR2 potentially being fairly disappointing, this has been a great start to this little COD Tunes event. The starting room challenge is actually a pretty fun little challenge to do. A lot of people are posting about it, talking about it, and the event actually was an event with challenges that made us play zombies in a different way. Or if you saw one of my most recent videos, made me go and play some multiplayer because the grief wins were just not exactly rolling in for us. And so I think this is a great example of what we would love to see more of in the future. I know we all really like it, and it's funny because the original event where we unlocked the TR2 was also one of those challenge events. That's what I was gonna say. This is, I think, the second time, only the second time in Black Ops 6 where we've got, oh, legend or an epic tool. Let's go. I'm telling you, you gotta check those boxes. This is one of the only times where we've gotten challenges to do for our event instead of just XP or those like little icon drop things. And I love them so much more. I know it's been a big topic on the channel, so I won't harp on it too much, but I just think it's so much more engaging to the player. I made a whole video about it before like any of the special unique things coming to this season anyway, just because it was a fun thing to do. Now, of course, I don't know if these events are good, better, or worse for the retention of players and whatever, I don't know. But if that's the case, then between you and me, I wouldn't mind if those challenges, well, first of all, if there were more of those challenges, but maybe if the challenge requirements were a little bit longer, like instead of 3 games to round 20, make it 3 games to round 30 or 5 games to round 30 or something like that. If you really want it to be a grind, I know some people would be against that, but at least players would still have some sort of skill expression. You could still use the rampage inducer to get there faster, or some strategies to get there faster. Like it would be more engaging than just, hey, grind some XP and you're good, buddy. And I will reiterate, I do miss the King of the Dead event. Like already I miss the King of the Dead event. I'm like, ooh, I wish I could be doing these Easter eggs for these points. And like starting room challenge could be worth double points because it's harder. And like, I just love the format of that. It'd be so good. I know I had a lot of comments saying, oh, it's good for you hardcore players with no job, and you're not entirely wrong. But I also got an equal amount of comments saying that, hey, I got in a good bracket, like I played a couple games and I was, top 3, and I played just a little bit more and I was number 1. And I got a couple comments saying, hey, like I actually played 1 or 2 more games this week because of this event only. And I don't know, I think that's a really fun way to get people engaged. I mean, we're all pretty competitive, even in the zombies community, a little bit. So I think that was just a really nice event. But now it's time to do this step. We've got an 8 right there. We've got double pack-a-punch on our TR2 now. We've got a 4 right there. I need to double check for a key card. I don't think there's a key card. No, okay, thank you, zombie, for disappearing for 2 seconds. And then 2. Okay, so 8, 4, 2. I feel like we got that one recently. Well, we've got to go check the doors underneath here. And lucky it's this one. Sweet. No. Okay. Oh boy, that was close. Oh, hello, Mangler. How are you doing? Oh, goodbye. I'm not gonna lie. This TR2 is starting to feel pretty weak already. but that might just be me missing my shots, I'll be honest. We're dealing 2,000 damage per bullet, right? Yeah, 2,000 damage. That is gonna go up to like 44 once we pack a punch it again. And then 44 will go up to 66 once we get legendary, maybe? That feels wrong, but it's usually a 50% increase from epic to legendary. And then 66 if we get a 10 or 15, that would be another 9, so like 7,500 damage per shot. We'll see. If we're dealing like 7,000 damage a bullet with this thing and it's this fast, that might salvage it. I don't know. But something tells me I don't think that's gonna happen. But we should probably go give this key card to Dr. Peck now. Very good. And then we can head back down. I said we can head back down. And we have enough salvage to make this legendary. Oh, just in time too, because, oh, okay. Oh, wow. Yep, there we go. Are we seriously dealing 44? No. Nice. Well, we're dealing 29. I need to pack a punch. Well, 29. We're gonna double that to pack a punch it. Yeah, this is not gonna be the best gun in the game. It doesn't feel bad though, but then again, most guns don't feel bad this early. But I think we've burned a couple rounds too much. We should probably get going on unlocking Nathan here. Hello, sir. 842 unlocked. We'll just turn you. Yep. All right, Nathan, here we are. Let's aim for those headshots. Okay, this is not a good gun for Nathan. Although, the times I'm remembering, I did have double tap, and double tap with double standard against boss zombies I'm thinking is really, really strong. I mean, hey, that's a pretty good Nathan boss fight. It's just that it was a legendary pack too, and I think it should have been a little bit faster, but don't worry, we have a little bit of hope left with that triple pack of punch and double tap, although I'm not holding my breath. Now, I've been a little self-conscious about doing the Terminus Easter egg for all of these guns lately, so I did put up a poll just talking about, hey, what general gameplay do you like seeing with like new weapons? Did I seriously accidentally pick up a stim shot? Well, okay, I guess we're doing this TR2. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do the beam smasher strategy. Actually, no, we can't because we don't have Deadshot. Dang it. But I asked you guys what gameplay you like to see, and a good amount of you said Terminus. I think Terminus was more popular over Citadel, which very much surprised me. Is Citadel starting to like lower in people's rankings? I certainly hope not, because I love that map. All right, it's been a while since we've survived this lockdown. I'm glad I'm still able to do it. I'm not a fraud. But there is something to be said, and the reason I bring this up is because I think a lot of the older zombie games Easter eggs and main quests are so much more fun to watch than they are to do. And I know that from experience because I haven't done very main quests in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. And I have no idea why I'm doing the Speed Cola one first. That's just where my body decided to take me. Oh, hi everybody. Okay. They just were waiting around the corner for me. But like, people love watching the Origins Easter egg and the Blood of the Dead Easter egg because those Easter eggs are really involved and skillful and not easy to do all the time. And so I think Terminus is in a very similar vein. People don't necessarily love Terminus, but because they don't like Terminus, they find it interesting when someone's playing it and doing something that they normally wouldn't do. So I don't know, it's kind of fun. I kind of like thinking about that stuff. But I will stand by what I've said throughout this entire year. People are kind of half and half with Terminus right now. It's definitely getting some love. I wouldn't go as far as to say as it's like completely underrated, not like underrated like World War II Zombies or Infinite Warfare Zombies or something like that. I could definitely go for seeing more praise for Terminus though, because after all, like this is just, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Whenever I hear people say, oh, they Warzone-ified zombies or that doesn't have charm or atmosphere anymore, it's just like, I just don't agree. I don't agree. It has a different atmosphere, but you look at this and you look at Citadel and that's atmosphere. That's so cool. And the Tomb, oh my goodness, the Tomb has so much good atmosphere for me. I love that map. Just for basic gameplay and training and testing out things, it's wonderful. And because we've got so much salvage now, we can just go ahead and get our smoke grenades right now. In fact, I might do this Easter egg step so we can just jump on to the gaining points and getting ready for the boss fight section of the video. I'm very much in my zombies mood lately. I don't know, because I'm not super into the starting room challenge. I think it's a great challenge, especially for the players who want a challenge and who love that gameplay and trying to overcome something. I think that's fantastic. It's so vanilla and does just enough to mix things up. But that's not why I'm excited. I don't know why. I'm really loving zombies lately. I've just been playing it off camera. I got to round 66, well 65, and then I exfilled on the tomb, just training in the speed cola room with turtle shell. My goodness, it's so good. I need to do a live stream of that because it's intense, it's fun, and I've used this phrase recently, but I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid, man. And I was watching DK Dynamite's live stream with Afterlife. We were talking about, well, they were talking about Black Ops 7, and the chat was too. And people were saying like, oh, we just had Black Ops 6. It feels really weird. Like I can't get excited because we're currently in the middle of a Treyarch year. So to hype up another Treyarch year is weird. And I agree with that sentiment. It is kind of strange, but also during Black Ops 4 and really during Cold War, we were all pretty excited's not the word, and hoping's not the word either. We were hungry for a year 2 of Black Ops 4. Well, not at the time, but now we are, because there actually was, according to leaks, there was a huge year 2 for Black Ops 4, like literal year 2 for Black Ops 4. And then when Vanguard came out, I think even Lego Unlocked was labeling his title or titling his videos like Cold War Year 2 because they updated some stuff. They added a gun during Vanguard's life cycle, and they added in the super Easter egg during that the Vanguard life cycle. So we've wanted like a year 2 of zombies before, and here we are kind of having that, and it doesn't feel the same. And everyone's kind of seeing it negatively. Now, I think that's because they're calling it a completely different game as opposed to just, hey, we're adding on another year of support of Black Ops 6. But then again, Modern Warfare 3, was that really a year 2 of Modern Warfare 2? It's hard to say. They're clearly in their experimental phase with Call of Duty, and people like Black Ops 6 Zombies, but people want changes to Black Ops 6 Zombies. So how are they going to handle those little tweaks and potentially big changes going from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7? Is it going to be a completely different game? Can they make a completely different game? Do they want to make a completely different game? Because I mean, they've spent so much time on Black Ops 6. They've only had a year apart. How much can you really change in your philosophical game design and then practically get that out for another thing? Like, it's got to be just a year 2, especially if Treyarch is also making the zombies. So it's got to be just another iteration, right? Now, some of the changes that I would like to see, I feel like could be very easily, I say in air quotes, implemented into a year 2. Like, I would love if the crafting table got more expensive the more you used it. Melee kills costing or allowing you to get more points than headshots. I feel like that would be a nice easy change. And I've been pretty quiet on this year, but I am also pretty for adding Easter eggs to old maps post-launch. Like, if they came out with a tweet or a blog post saying, hey, there's a new Easter egg, and I don't mean like a new main quest, I mean just like a new side quest on Terminus and Citadel that guaranteed a double tap perk can, like, we'd go on the hunt for that. We'd find that, we'd make videos on that, and that would kind of make those maps feel a little bit fresh and new again. So if they can add content to stuff like Modern Warfare Zombies post-launch, why not add little side Easter eggs as the years and months go by for round-based maps? I don't know. It's just a lot of work. All of these ideas, I'm sure, like, Treyarch has definitely thought of these before. I do want to thank you for your recent support on my Dear Treyarch video about the events, because you guys had such a positive reaction to that. And I wanted to do more of those videos this year for Dear Treyarch, just to give my feedback as professionally as I can. But the couple times that I did try it, I just felt like I was talking down to Treyarch, and it was just kind of like, they know what the issues are. Like, I was gonna make a Dear Treyarch about the bugs and the updates and everything, and as I was doing it, I was like, what could I possibly add to this conversation that they haven't already thought of themselves? So all of that being said, I am very intrigued on Black Ops 7 Zombies. Very excited to see what they have. I am really happy with Black Ops 6 as a whole. Like, I feel like 80% of this game is nearly perfect. And especially when talking about the difficulty of this game, it seems as though whenever I suggest, hey, we could do this to make the game a little bit more difficult, we could do this to make the game a little bit more challenging and hold the player a little bit more accountable, there's a decent amount of you that are like, donuts, the game's pretty difficult as it is, or it's pretty balanced as it is. And you're really overestimating how good normal zombie players are, really. And well, first of all, I do/don't agree with that statement in some ways. It's pretty nuanced to talk about in a live commentary, so I won't be doing that today. But the fact that I get both the, hey, this is a great idea, I think that would be really good for balance, and also the, hey, the balance is pretty good as it is, I think that means that, yes, the balance is pretty good as it is right now. Oh, and just look at this. Look at that. Oh, this Pack-a-Punch camo might be the best in all of them. I don't know. I just love it the more I see it. And of course, with all of this talk of all of our ideas, Treyarch really does have the stats. They do see the player retention. They do see who is and isn't playing it for how long, and what changes affect what group of players. So it's just really difficult for us to have any meaningful conversation outside of just having fun talking about it, which is, you know, kind of our job. It's just a silly YouTube video, silly side mode of a silly game, you know? We're supposed to be having fun here. Oh, and I just realized we're now fully pack-a-punched, and oh yeah, we don't have a dead shot yet, so we still have 15% to go, and it looks like we're dealing 5,800 damage per bullet. So that's like another, you know, we'll be dealing 6,700 damage once we get dead shot. I guess that's okay. That is a higher damage, and this is a pretty fast burst and a pretty decent rate of fire. I could be wrong. This thing could be a little mini monster. It's just so hard for me. I'm so bad at judging rate of fires. Oh, we've got an amalgam. Okay, and then yeah, we're gonna be dealing like, let's see, yeah, we're dealing like 8,000 damage. That's, again, not bad. Definitely above average damage. The burst, like, itself is a really fast rate of fire. Could this be a good gun? I don't know, like, we kind of just destroyed that horde. With the burst fire guns, it's always just a little awkward, isn't it? But we're at round 25, finally have that Wonder Fizz that can spawn in. We're gonna get ourselves dead shot and double tap. Of course, it's a bug round next, that's fine. We will use this time to go island hopping, get ourselves some Casimirs and some Napalm Burst and a max ammo. So we are dealing 6,800 on the dot. All right, so 6,800 damage per bullet, and now we just need to get a good shot of the Mangler's critical damage. Oh, there it is, 10,200. That is genuinely pretty good damage. So in all actuality, this isn't like a full auto conversion kit, it's like a mini rapid fire, or a better rapid fire, because TR2 already has a rapid fire, I guess. Yeah, I have my doubts about this rate of fire. Like I said, the inside the burst, pretty good, but outside the burst, I don't know. That burst delay feels like it's a little bit long. Oh, there's a free Casimir. That'll be great while I deal with this amalgam. Slow it down. We get a little 50% boost whenever we slow them down. Is that another amalgam? That's another amalgam. Look at that. The recoil though and the handling feels really good. Like we just dealt with that amalgam. No, I mean, I guess that was a beam smash. I was gonna say no elemental damage. And like, it's not bad. We're at round 27. It's still deleting zombies. It's definitely not bad. But I think we've just gotta go face Patient 13 to see the truth. And don't you worry, I will remember my triple armor. And now it's time. The matchup that not a lot of people have been waiting for. The TR2 full auto versus Patient 13. And yeah, so far, I don't know. We're definitely dealing more damage because of that. This is why I love double standard. You deal more damage to the non-criticals than you do the criticals. So like if we see there, we're dealing like 1,500 damage, but over here we're dealing like 3,600 damage. Look at that. And I think that's the longest first phase I've had with Napalm Burst in months. Again, I don't know if it's just the burst effect of it, or in my mind I've made up the fact that I don't like it and I'm just looking for validation on it. I don't know. The numbers will not lie. This is why I like doing the numbers part, because if this DPS turns out to be really good, then we'll know that it's just because of my aim and I'm not landing those critical shots. All right, Patient 13 is back. Can I get a ground slam to take care of all of these zombies, please? Thank you very much for helping me out. Now we're gonna go into here with some kind of moderate damage. That's pretty standard for this phase. Dealing, 1300 damage. Okay, should be soon. He's gonna switch to his tentacles being the weak spot. There we go. And then we'll see. See how much damage we're doing to that. Again, another 1600. Oh man, I'm gonna do something that I don't normally do. I'm gonna use a chopper gunner right here because I want to see if it's still good. And I'm not particular about the second phase, but ooh, look at that. Okay, there we go. There we go. That was really fast. Oh yeah, the chopper gunner is definitely very, oh no. The chopper gunner's broken. It's facing away from patient 13. Oh, I forgot. I definitely heard about this on Reddit or in one of my comment sections. Dang it. The chopper gunner's like useless now against patient 13. You're on the wrong side of the helicopter to go after patient 13. What a mess. No. But at least we're back to this now. We're back to this. This is the portion that you want it to be on when you have napalm burst. And there is phase 2 complete. And I know a lot of people might, oh my goodness, really? Really? That's where you're gonna spawn next to me? Okay. A lot of people are gonna say that this mod is broken, like it's not functioning the way it should, because clearly the full auto thing should be, oh my goodness. No, we're on the wrong side. Get over here. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. We're gonna have to throw a Casimir over there. Wow, it's been a while since I've had to dodge one of those attacks. Let's get your eyeballs out. Hopefully we could do this. Hopefully we do this. That chopper gunner, even though I'm pretty used to this boss, that chopper gunner is always a nice little safety net. Oh, amalgam, why? Here's an ether shroud. Everybody, give me an ether shroud. Give me another ether shroud. I don't care. This thing is, it's going. It's definitely going. Throw a Casimir down. Let's try to get those eyeballs done, please. No, did that Casimir not go? Where's the Casimir? Where's the Casimir? Okay, thank you very much. Beam Smasher for the win, slowing down everybody. Dude, this is bad. This is a bad boss fight. This is bad boss fight. Come on, patient 13. You haven't killed me in ages. I know I'm ignoring the amalgam because I feel like I should. Give me your napalm burst weakness, please. Thank you very much. Another amalgam? Are you kidding me? No way. And we're out of armor. Dude, what is this game? Okay. Oh, we got it. Oh, well, what an epic fight. Again, this could all just be in my head, but that certainly felt a lot harder than it normally is. And I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do some math and see just how good this gun is. And welcome everybody to the damage spreadsheet, to End All Damage spreadsheets. I am happy to report that my feelings about the TR2 fully auto conversion kit are not completely wrong. It does have a faster rate of fire than the base TR2, but combine that with the damage it does, and right here you can see TR2 full auto. Yeah, that's a really bad DPS, not just for the marksman rifles either. That's a bad DPS for all of the weapons of Black Ops 6 Zombies. There are not many that dip below that 60,000 DPS. The XMG is one of them. The SWAT base is one of them, but the SWAT full auto attachment goes great. It goes all the way up to 78,000 DPS. That feels really good. Even the Sarkov has a better technical DPS. Now, the AAK is, from my findings, the worst gun in the game. So far, I still need to test some things. DM10 is a powerhouse, and the base TR2, like I said, after the update, it's not too bad. It shares a DPS close to that SWAT 556 full auto. It's just that burst delay. It's a slower rate of fire, lots of damage to look at that, nearly almost double the damage of the TR2 full auto. Now, this is a marksman rifle, so maybe it does have that penetration power. It has those collaterals. It didn't feel bad. You saw the gameplay there. You go at round 27, 28, whatever. It was still dealing damage, but again, most weapons deal damage until round 28 anyway. In fact, when we go to our one-shot sheet and we put in the damage there, yes, of course, we were still one-shotting zombies at round 27, and that burst is really fast. In fact, I'll have editing donuts find out just how fast that burst is and put it up on screen now. So of course, that burst is going to be really good. So I guess that's the upside to this. But overall, that burst being really good compared to the overall damage per second is good for multiplayer, not so good for zombies, because zombies, we care much more about the long-term damage per second, so much so that people with better spreadsheets than mine actually calculate the damage per second with reloads included into it. Now, I do have a little spot over here where you can put in how many rounds your magazine is, and then it'll give you stats based on that, which is pretty cool. But it is really unfortunate that this brand new item, an item that we were all, so many of us were really looking forward to, because we know the TR2 kind of feels janky, so a full auto conversion kit just sounds so good, and it just isn't. It's just so subpar. Is it the worst thing in the world? No. And I should address here this 52,000 DPS with the Essex Model 07. This is vastly different because this is single target DPS, remember? And just look at how much damage this gun does. 37,000 damage per shot, plus the penetration damage. You are dealing a lot of damage through your collaterals to the horde of zombies, and it's a lot of damage. So it justifies that slower rate of fire, even though, yes, technically it's still not the best on paper, but the TR2, yes, it could have good penetration damage too, but you're only getting a fraction of this damage, and that's a much smaller fraction than this damage. So I hope that makes sense. But if you do want an underrated gun that not too many people have talked about, perhaps I can interest you in this AK-74. That's right, they recently changed how this works at least a little bit, and if you're curious about it, be sure to check out this video and stay beautiful.